Hey everyone, this is Mikono's Fan with another short showcase where I just play a game of my choosing for a little bit and talk about it and put it in front of you guys and gals. So this week I wanted to do Nights into Dreams because this series is 20 years old and, well, you wouldn't know that because Sega's barely talked about Nights. I think these Sonic social media guys snuck in a Nights reference somewhere, but they're doing the best they can, but, you know, the series is kind of a little dead, which is unfortunate. Oh, there are scoreboards here. Wow. So, Nights into Dreams came out, I think, I'm not sure if this is Japan or America, but around July 5th, 1996. Of course, it was a SEGA Saturn game by Sonic Team, and I'm not sure if they were poising it to kind of replace Sonic as the Sega mascot, but I'm sure if Nights took off, they wouldn't have minded that. Nights never took off, you know, it was always a very niche kind of cult thing, and while I think a fair amount of people have probably tried it thanks to this HD port I'm playing here on PS3, it's also on Xbox 360, maybe backwards compatible on Xbox One, and also on Steam, but you know, I'm always willing to talk more about Nights to get more people to play it, because I think for a lot of people, especially now with this port being available, it's a thing of like, oh, I'll try it someday, or oh, it doesn't look like that appealing. But I think people just don't really, you know, the appeal isn't explained well, the game doesn't explain itself well. It's very hard to just look at it and kind of immediately get what it's about. So I'm showing off the graphic difference here. This HD port is based on the Japanese-only PS2 version, I believe. I think they did some control alteration in a patch after some original fans weren't too happy with the control. I think originally this shipped with like 8 directional flying input, which doesn't work great for Nights. But if you've seen the Find the Computer Room Let's Play I did of this with FTA, I did the updated graphics, but I'd like to go with the SEGA Saturn graphics on this one. And I think the only thing that changes between these two, I think my scores are the same and everything, the gameplay's the same. I think it's pretty much just a different, I think it pretty much just loads in different graphics. Like, this isn't emulating the original Saturn code. Yeah. Saturn games aren't incredibly easy to emulate as is, so I'm pretty sure this is just like a graphical swap. But as soon as you get here, these things take away your idiot orbs, and we want them back, and they lock them away. The way you get them back, you click 20 of those blue spheres up in the top left. Those are called chips. Click 20 of those and take it to those little, whatever you want to call them. I don't know the actual technical term. Help and options. Oh, I'm sure something here will tell me. Yeah, these come in. They got a nice little manual here. This is better read in the HD display, but you know, they explain everything here, but who wants to read, right? So I see some there. Now, something I used to do a lot was I just immediately went into Nights, and that's how you get to the core gameplay. Because playing as the kids isn't fantastic, but what you can do, you're not on a timer here, you can immediately go for these with this weird-ass Mario 64 triple jump. And, oh, there we go, okay. Yeah, this thing wants me, but this isn't the meat of the game, but this is kind of an arcadey score attack game. I think a misconception a lot of people have immediately is that this is a time-based, you know, kind of arcadey thing where you're going for the best time, but really you're going for the best score. Oh, I went up there. Yeah, so if you go for this, you're not timed, and you can just get these at your leisure and immediately work towards a higher score in the actual Nights gameplay. Okay, we're back here. I just want 4 more. Oh, there's some. Okay. So yeah, playing as the kid is, you know, a little awkward. It doesn't feel great. Her ultimate jump here, which I'm spamming, kind of reminds me a lot of Amy's hammer jump in Sonic Adventure. Every time I play this, I think of that. Probably kind of where the basis for that started. Oh, 7. So close. And that clock wants me. Oh, okay, here we go. Perfect. One more. Okay, now let's get to the Nights gameplay. So what I can do now, gave myself a little head start here. I can just immediately go for the container, deal with that enemy, and get the idiot orb. And now bonus time starts, so everything is worth double points. And from here, the gameplay loop, almost literally, is just going around, collecting objects, keeping that score multiplier going, that link down there. Every successful thing you do within a certain span of time increases your link, so you're constantly just trying to go around and keep a consistent score going so you can go for a high score. This game does have a letter rank. If you're familiar with Sonic Adventure 2, or, you know, I think... yeah, I think every game after Sonic Adventure 2, or at least most Sonic games, kept that score kind of thing going with the ranking of like the letter rank. I'm pretty sure that originated here for Sonic Team. So you go up to an A rank, I think the bottom is E or F, and you know, this is basically what the game is. You're just going around trying to get as high of a score, milking this clock until the absolute last second. Like I was saying earlier, like, this game doesn't have like a tutorial of it or anything. You know, it's 20 years old. It was released on SEGA Saturn. I'm assuming back then you had like a manual or something that told you, or maybe you just didn't read the manual. But yeah, when I first played this, I was incredibly frustrated with it. I was like, everyone says this is some cult classic, and I keep getting E ranks. Like, I don't know how I can get through these loops any faster to get up to an A rank. And then like I went on YouTube and checked out some people playing. It was like, oh, you go for score, not time. You want to take the clock down to the absolute last second if you can. Okay. Yeah, because you don't get scored for how much time is left on the clock. Your score comes from the score, you know? Okay, so I said a lot about looking to the last second. Let's just go in for it. Yeah, so there's an A rank. There are 4 loops, and every time you complete a thing there, take the idiot orb back to that little area there, you start the new lap, so to speak. So, you know, we're going through a whole new route here. Fuck. Wasted time on that. Yeah, so you got new things to learn here. New path. You gotta find out where the new chips are at and how you can loop around and get them. And that's pretty much NiGHTS gameplay. Aside from the bosses, which we'll get to. We'll show off a boss or two. This is what it's all about, and it's just a really you can really get into a nice zen with NiGHTS and just kind of zone out eventually and just kind of mindlessly go around these loops and fly around. It feels so good. I love the game's atmosphere. This whole thing with like the sky also being having like a ground layer, like you're always between 2 layers of ground. It's really weird but really interesting. I love the music, you know. I mean, Sonic Team soundtracks, that's a really hard thing to rank, because a lot of them are really good. But I'd say NiGHTS is probably top 10 for me, easily. Just a great game. I think I'm kind of preaching to the choir, maybe, with my subscriber base. You know, a lot of you came here from FTCR, and I'm very thankful for that. But, you know, if you come from FTCR, you probably like Sonic, and you probably know about NiGHTS. You probably saw my NiGHTS Let's Play or something, or you know about NiGHTS. Maybe you tried it, didn't like it, I don't know. But if nothing else, I'd hope this maybe gives you the desire to maybe give it another look. Another A rank, nice. You know, so some faults I can admit for this game. It doesn't teach you how to play. It's pretty obtuse. You know, I'm struggling here. Like, it's not for everyone. Not everyone is going to play this and see it as this cult hit, you know. You might play it and think, like, why the hell is anyone like this? There's nothing fun about this. This doesn't feel good. I don't want to hurt that little dude there. Okay, yeah. You know, there's nothing fun about this, blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, fine, I get it. I don't know. To me, this is, like, just really something else. Like, even the sequel, which I'm thinking about doing next for Short Showcase, just doesn't come close, you know. Okay, so something I'd like to talk about real quick. Let me find one. If you remember Chow from Sonic Adventure, that little dude in the background, that's a NiGHTopian, I believe? A Pian, something like that. You can have very, very light interactions with those in the levels. You can hatch them and stuff like that, and they'll go around, they'll be happy. You can do the parallel loop here, which sends things to another dimension like enemies. You can accidentally or intentionally do that to them, and it upsets the kind of, I'm gonna cheat here, the kind of attitude of the environment. So the game's stage music actually changes depending on how you treat them. So if you have a lot of them and they're really happy and stuff like that, the music gets, you know, more upbeat. We're on one of the more upbeat music tracks right now. And, you know, if you treat them like shit, then stage music gets kind of creepy and scary, a little unnerving. Basically to say, like, hey, like, you're treating these life forms like shit. What is wrong with you? So, you know, if you're one of the Chow abusers, then you'll probably get some desolate music. That's another cool thing about this game. Like, that's an entirely, like, useless touch, you know, that whole virtual life system in the background there, the A-Life. But it's something to mess with. It, you know, it gives some light replay value. It means more Sonic T music, which is always a good thing. I'm going by so many of these loops, wow. I mean, I could probably just go through the thing now and get an A rank, right? Like, I've set myself up pretty well with score, but, you know, it's no fun if we just give up like that, right? But yeah, I mean, this is NiGHTS, you know? Is there something else I was going to say? Yeah, I think there's a little more with the NiGHTopians now that I'm thinking about it. Like, I think you can, I don't think this was just in the sequel. I think you can, like, you know, grab onto an enemy and throw them toward one of the NiGHTopians, and it'll create, like, a little mixture breed of the good guy and the bad guy, and then they're around. I'm not sure if that was in this one or just the sequel, but there's a little more than they let on with the A-Life. I know that. I don't really mess with it just because it's so light. You know, if I'm doing any virtual pet stuff in the Sonic Team title, I'm playing Chow and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, right? But that's there if you want to mess with it. I don't necessarily understand it, but it's there. Let's just go to the boss. So we got all 4 of the extra idiot orbs along with the red one. So now we have completed the stream, and we can take on the Nightmarin boss. I believe this one's Gil Wing. Yes. I'm going to try and be fancy here, but I'm not going to be able to do it. Nope. Okay. If you want to see me get this guy in one loop, watch the FTCR LP. Yeah. So you can paraloop around his tail, which is a pretty advanced technique, and that's one way you can damage him and get a lot of damage done. Otherwise, you just keep hitting up against his jaw. Now, this is another fault. Yeah, I forgot this earlier because I was waiting for this, I think. But one fault of this game is that the bosses, they aren't that great. They either don't explain themselves at all, or they're just incredibly kind of tedious, and that can be a huge turnoff for people because, you know, if you die against the boss, you're gonna have to go through the whole stage over and over, you know, over again, and it's. I can understand people not wanting to put up with that. This is, you know, the bosses. Well, really, this entire game, you kind of got to work at it. You gotta, you know, it's rewarding if you memorize memorize the loop layouts and how to beat the bosses and all this stuff, and you just keep working and working at it. Kind of like how in Sonic games, where the first time you play it, you aren't going to know the most optimal path or anything like that. But if you keep at it, you know, you can find a lot of shortcuts in Emerald Coast. You can take a 3-minute run down to a 1:40 run, stuff like that. Huge 90s Sonic Team explosion, nice. But eventually, you can A-rank all of the levels, and it feels really, really good. Do I want to show off another boss? That might be good. Yeah, if you played Sonic Adventure, you know this music. Something I don't like about the PS3 version, when it's saving, it locks the entire screen. I have not had that with the Xbox 360 or Steam versions, and yes, I have bought all 3 because I wanted to support this game. Yeah. I think this game this re-release kind of undersold, and that was one reason why you didn't see too many more of the Saturn Dreamcast ports. I think when this Jet Set Radio and Sonic Adventure 2 hit in 2012, that was kind of a test bed of like, alright, we'll put some effort into our ports. If these sell well, we'll keep doing them. But just didn't really happen. I think NiGHTS specifically disappointed them. Maybe Jet Set Radio over time got where they wanted, but So this is, oh yeah, okay, here's a little crossbeat dude, yeah. Cool, okay. So this is, like a precursor to the Child Garden. Meepians, that's what to call it, that's right, I remember that term, yeah. But this is just where you can check on the status. You can see how happy or neutral individual ones are, maybe upset. The eggs that you need to hatch. And that gauge on the bottom right is basically like, hey, this is how much they like you or how much they fucking hate you. So, you can go through that. That would be a Meepian egg. You can tell because it's different than the rest. But yeah, just a weird little thing. That save data is kept separately on this re-release. Not sure about the original game. So, there's a gallery here with art. Just, little stuff. Check out that face. Yikes. Movie theater. Some cutscenes. The trailer for the Sega Heritage version. Not sure if I unlocked the interview. There is an interview with a few of the original dev team. Rest in peace, Sega Heritage. I can't hear the audio from my recording setup, so I'm assuming no. And the sound test, which is great because this game, again, has a fantastic score. Christmas Dreams is also included. We'll go into that a little bit here.
The city is covered.
Skip the cutscene. It's basically just the first stage, but Christmas themed. They cut out a lot of the extra content from the original Saturn version of Christmas Nights in the Dreams, which is a shame. Like, the big notable thing is that there was a thing where you played as Sonic and Eggman was there. That's not here, unfortunately. But yeah. Again, it's just the first... Oh no, the orbs. It's just the first stage, but everything's Christmas themed. NiGHTS is all red now, and I forget how you got this back in the day, but basically you were getting a free one-act game with a lot of weird extra bonus content. And this uses the same Nightopian thing from the main stage. But yeah, just, a cute little extra. I miss stupid shit like this in games. Just weird Christmas themed things and weird extra little bonus content that isn't like immediately apparent or whatever, But yeah, this is just a quick look at Nights in the... just got a quick look. A short showcase of Nights in the Dreams. Just a quick little look at it. I think I'll probably play the sequel and talk about that soon. But I just wanted to put this back in front of everyone. Explain how it works. Hopefully get some people interested in it. Hopefully kind of show off why it's fun and appealing, and how you can just kind of zone out and really get into this game. Because I do love it. This is one of my favorite Sonic Team games ever made. Shame about Journey of Dreams, huh? But yeah, I've been Mikono's fan. This has been Short Showcase. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time, whatever that winds up being. Bye. This episode was supported by the following Patreon producers. Thank you.